So now that we have our content posted to Instagram, it's time for us to get our content discovered and not only seen by our own followers, but people out there who may never have even heard of us. How do we get our content in front of them? And that is with the use of hashtags. Now, you may have heard of hashtags before. You might use them on other social media platforms, or you may use them just in general online. But with Instagram, the way that I like to describe it is that it's basically throwing your content into a specific bucket. So if you tag your content with hashtag beach, when you search for that on Instagram, your image will show up, or is more likely to show up with that category because that's what someone's searching for. If you search for hashtag coffee, you're most likely to get images of coffee. That is, unless you incorrectly tag your images. If I post an image of a coffee cup and I tag it hashtag beach, it'll show up in the incorrect category and people are less likely to engage with it because that's not what they're searching for. For example, if you were to Google, how do I dry my hair? And you get articles of how to go apple picking, you're not going to click on those articles because that's not what you searched for. You're clicking on what you originally searched for. So it's essential that you tag your content correctly. And once you tag your content correctly, it's going to get more eyes on your content. So just make sure that you use the correct hashtags, and you can create a new hashtag whenever you like. If you create a hashtag specifically for a specific event, say you're hosting an event, you could create hashtag, the name of the event, and then a date, and that is a special hashtag that you've just created. You can create as many hashtags as you like, but ideally we're going to be using hashtags that have some sort of traction and that people are actually searching for at the time in order for our content to get discovered. When I go through the walkthrough in the following video of using hashtags on Instagram on your phone, you'll see what I mean. The second strategy for getting more likes and more content on your photos is by generating social proof. Now, what is social proof? Social proof is just the idea that because people like something, more people will like it. Because one person engages with it, another person will engage with it as well. And that's just based on human psychology. There's tons of studies done on this, that if you see a photo with 0 likes, you're less likely to engage with it or like that photo than if you see a photo with 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 likes. Because in your mind, in the subconscious of your mind, it processes that, oh, this photo has a lot of likes and a lot of comments. Maybe it's interesting. Maybe it should be interesting to me. And this is something that you can't control and that people don't really think about. It all happens in your subconscious. So if you can get likes on your photo and engagement on your photo right off the bat, it's more likely to get more engagement in the future. So as you can see here, this photograph of a girl swinging from a branch, you can see that she's got tons of comments on it and over 1,700 likes on this photograph, and it's a great photograph. There's nothing wrong with it. However, I would say this following photograph looks amazing. It's so intriguing to me. It's very interesting. I really do enjoy this photograph. However, it's only got 2 likes and it's got no comments on it. And that could be due to the fact that it has no original social proof. So because a few people didn't like it right off the bat, as soon as it was posted to Instagram, more people aren't liking it in the future. And that is just due to the fact the way that the Instagram algorithm works. Instagram used to be based on the way that when you post a photograph, the most recent photograph shows up at the top of your feed. However, they've changed it over the years, and now the most engaged and the most popular photos show up first. So if your photo isn't popular right off the bat, it's not going to get seen in the future, even if your content is incredible like this photograph in front of us. But there are a few tricks to creating social proof that you may not have known. So how do you create social proof? Well, when you first post your photograph, obviously the most simple and the easiest way is to tell your friends and family that you've just posted something. They're more likely to like your photo because they want to support you. They want to support whatever your ventures and your new adventures are. So if you're starting a new business like a coffee shop, tell your friends, hey guys, listen, I'm starting this coffee shop. I've got an Instagram account. When I post a photo, would you mind if I let you know that I'm posting it and you give it a like and leave a comment? And that's more likely to get someone to comment on your photograph or like your photograph right off the bat so that it gets shown to more people. Second way is to use a call to action in your photo's caption. And this is something that I do all the time. When you post a photograph, you've got that caption, you've got text, and you've got an opportunity to give your audience some information. Don't just say, this is what I'm doing right now, or look at this photograph. Give them something to do. So I'll often post a photograph and ask, what do you like about this photograph? Or I'll ask them a question like, which photo do you prefer most if I post a carousel image? Or I'll ask them something like, if I post a cup of coffee, I'll post in the caption, what do you like in your coffee? 1 or 2 sugars? Do you like sugar in your coffee? Do you like black coffee? Do you like milk with your coffee? These are all questions that you can ask that get your audience talking and get them commenting on your image. When someone comments on your image, it throws in the Instagram algorithm and makes Instagram realize that this is a popular image, maybe I should post it higher. So Instagram will boost your image to the top of their feed. Then you can use something called the Social Proof app, which there are some tricks around this where you can use an app, which I'll speak about later on in the course. If you use an app, you can like a few other people's photos, and in turn, those people will like your photograph back, which helps if you're just getting started on Instagram. I don't recommend it long term at all, but if you're just starting off and you're just growing and you want to get that initial base audience, this is a great way to do this. Then, of course, we have cross promotion, which is posting your image to other platforms and letting your other followers on other platforms know that you've just posted something. Although if you are just starting out, you probably don't have that much of a following on other platforms, but maybe you might have some friends on Facebook, maybe you have a small group on your text chat, wherever it may be. Just let those people know. It's the same as letting your friends and your family know that you've just posted. And then finally, with the asterisk next to it, is engagement groups. Now, engagement groups are incredibly powerful, and I'll speak about these later on in the course as well in depth. But essentially what engagement groups are these huge groups of friends or family, whoever it may be, but it's of accounts who are in a similar niche to you, and you can contact them and you can chat to them, and then you basically build a group that whenever someone in that group posts a photograph, you all agree to like and comment on that other person's photograph, which helps you push your photograph up in the Instagram algorithm. But we'll speak more about that in depth later on in the course. Great, so now that we know how hashtags work, it's time for me to show you them in action on Instagram. So I'm on our Instagram account that we've created for this course, and I'm on the search tab, which is second from the home button on the left at the bottom of the screen. Now I'm going to click on search at the top, and I'm going to search for hashtag coffee. And as you can see, it'll bring up the hashtags that have coffee in it and related hashtags to that specific one. So remember, these are just specific categories. So when I click on one of these, it's going to show us photos that have been tagged with the specific hashtag. So as you can see, if I click on coffee right at the top there, we can see that the most popular photos show up first. So we're currently on the top tab, as you can see here on the left, and we've got 102 million posts on this hashtag, which is insane. There are so many photos being tagged with this hashtag constantly. So you can see if we scroll down here, it's showing us the most popular and the most engaged with photos from this hashtag as determined by Instagram's algorithm. So if we scroll down and we want to show up at the top of this feed, it's essential that we get those likes and we get those comments on our photo as soon as we post it. However, if we switch over to the recent tab on the right, as you can see highlighted there, it'll show us the most recent photos tagged with coffee. So if I click on this first photo, you can see 9 seconds ago. If I click on this one, you can see that it was posted 15 seconds ago there in the bottom left. And as I scroll down, all these are that I'm doing while I'm scrolling down are the images that were tagged with that coffee hashtag in the most recent posts. As you can see, they were posted seconds ago. So I'm going to refresh this page and you'll see that even more images show up already. Look how many photos have been posted since this one that we clicked on earlier. That's how many photos have been posted to this hashtag in that time. So the competition for this hashtag to show up here is very high. It means that we need a lot of likes and a lot of comments to compete with 102 million posts. So what do we do with that? Well, we ideally use more niche and more specific hashtags with not as many posts. So for example, hashtag coffee lover has 10 million posts, all the way down to coffee quotes, which has 230,000 posts. So ideally, you want to use a mix of high volume and low volume hashtags on your post, because this will help with giving you a higher chance of your content showing up on that hashtag. So let's click on coffee_inst, whatever that is, probably Insta. And as you can see, we'd be able to easily compete with this 109 likes. It would be a lot easier for us to compete with this hashtag because there are fewer posts on it, and it means that the competition is not as high. Not as many people are posting as regularly to this hashtag, so when we post and people are searching for this, it's going to help our account grow. Now you can do this with all kinds of different hashtags. Like I've said before, with our post, if I go to our account here and I click on our first post right over there, you can see that we've got our hashtags, hashtag coffee, hashtag coffee shop, and hashtag brew methods. Now you can actually click on these hashtags. Hashtag coffee shop, which I click on there, you can see that it'll take us to that hashtag page that people have been searching for. Now you can use up to 30 hashtags on a post, and I suggest when you're just starting out, use as many of those hashtags as you can. Sit down and create a list of hashtags that work within your niche and tag your photos with those hashtags. As you can see, we've already got 5 likes on this photograph. This one we've got 2 likes, and that's without any followers because we just created this account. So that means that these people found us purely through these hashtags. Or if I go to our page over here, you can see that people have liked our post. Somebody has liked that post, and we can see who liked our post by clicking on our photo and then clicking on that 5 likes, and you can see there the people who have liked this post so far. This girl over here, we can see that she's from Cape Town, which means that she most likely found our post through our location tag. Remember, we tagged our photo with a location right there in the top, hashtag Cape Town Western Cape, right underneath Cape Town Coffee Co. And again, you can click on that and it'll show you posts from that location. So that is how hashtags work on Instagram and how you can use them to get your posts discovered. Before we get back into the Instagram app and start implementing these techniques, I thought I'd give you just a little bonus video on hashtags as well and how to use this to define and really get people to your Instagram page that is defined by your target audience. So firstly, I want you to build out your essential hashtags. If you remember when we searched for hashtag coffee on Instagram, a ton of similar hashtags came up with a varying number of posts on each hashtag. So what I want you to do is whatever your niche is, whether you're in fitness, in coffee, in travel, whatever it may be, I want you to search for that hashtag and then generate a list of 100 to 200 hashtags and write that down. Either put it in the notes app on your phone or on your computer and get those hashtags done, right? Get a varying list. Get anywhere from 2 to 5 million posts per hashtag to 100 million posts per hashtag, all the way down to around 20 to 100,000 posts per hashtag. So mix up the range of posts per hashtag and build out that list. Then every time you post a photograph, pick 20 to 30 random hashtags from that list and post it on your caption. And that'll help you get discovered by not using the same hashtags on every single post. Because you are varying it up, you won't get banned on Instagram, you won't get shadow banned, because that tends to happen if you keep posting the exact same hashtags. Instagram recognizes that and sees that you're not changing anything up, so it just stops showing you altogether. So ideally, you're going to pick and choose 20 to 30 per post. And then every 2 to 3 months, we're going to scrap that list and then reevaluate. See which hashtags are working. We're going to check which hashtags we are banned from, which hashtags are shadow banned. This doesn't always work perfectly, but it is the best way to make sure that you're getting the most out of your hashtags. The best technique that I found, instead of just using the same old hashtags on every single post.